Welcome everyone. I'm so glad that we all are meeting here. Please follow my blog No Python Bytes and Tech Talk by Payal, and also follow my YouTube channel Tech Talk by Payal Bhattacharjee. We are going to start the first topic, computer systems and organization, part 1. Anyone at any time can learn. So I will be covering especially the syllabus of CBSE 11th and 12th, but anyone can learn the computer systems organization even if he or she is not a school student. So let's begin. In the syllabus of 11th Computer Science and Informatics Practices, we have Unit 1 Computer Systems and Organization. In part 1, I'll be covering basics of computer organization, description of computer system and mobile system, CPU, memory, hard disk, input output devices, battery, types of software, application software, system software and utility software, memory units, bit, byte, MB, GB, GB and BB, extra, concept of compiler and interpreter, operating system, need for an operating system, brief introduction to functions of operating system and operating system as a user interface. So let's move on. What is a computer? Yes, the first question which comes in our mind is, what is a computer? Computer is an advanced electronic device that takes raw data or input from the user and processes these data under the control of set of instructions. Now these set of instructions are called program, and it gives the result, the output, and saves output for the future use. Let us suppose I am a robot and you ask me to drink water from this water bottle. So how you will do? You will give me some set of instructions, right? Like pick up the bottle, open the lid, take the bottle closer, drink water from the bottle, then close the lid and keep the bottle again on the table. So these steps which you have said to me are the set of instructions to the robot actually. So in the same way, if we think that computer takes certain instructions, some set of instructions which are provided by the user or the programmer, and accordingly the computer works, the system works and gives some output. So I hope you have understood that these set of instructions which are given by the user or the programmer are known as a program. So let us move on and see what next we have. So what are the strengths of a computer? Yes, computer is versatile, it's very accurate, gives very accurate results. Versatile means it can do multiple tasks, multiple kind of job it can do. You can watch movies, you can listen to songs, you can play games, you can write letters, you can work on your office job, anything you can do on a computer. So it is versatile, accurate, very exact and accurate result it gives. Even after a decimal point, it can give many digits. To that accuracy it can give. Speed, it's of very high speed. Yes, as you know that computer does the job in a fraction of second, whatever you want to do, whatever execution you want to do. Reliable, it is very reliable. Like suppose you might get tired after 2 or 3 hours of work, but computer, even after a 2 3 4 5 or 24 hours of work, computer won't say that I am tired and don't work again. Computer will still keep on working. So you can rely on a computer. It doesn't get tired. Memory. Yes. The last point which we will discuss is memory in the strength of a computer, because computer has immense memory. A human has very less memory in comparison to a computer. Computer can keep a lot of things, a lot of data or instructions stored in it. So computer has the strength of high storage. High storage capacity can be said as memory. Weaknesses. Now what are the weaknesses of a computer? Computer lacks intelligent quotient. IQ, there is no IQ of a computer. There is no EQ. Emotion quotient. Emotional quotient is also zero. Computer needs power supply, of course. Without power, computer won't work. And computer cannot decide on its own. It is the programmer who gives the instruction, and accordingly computer works. So lack of decision making power, computers cannot think. Moving on. What are the uses of a computer? Yes, you have seen computer everywhere. Almost everywhere in the world we can see computer and its uses. Whether it is weather forecasting, whether it is railways, airports, scientific research, and in business organizations and offices, and in banks, medical field, entertainment, media or cartoon industry, schools, colleges, universities, of course, and in defense, army, air force, navy, everywhere you can see the use of a computer. Let us learn IPO cycle, input processing output cycle. What happens actually? This fundamental thing you have already understood, that there are some basic input which are to be given to the computer by the programmer or from any external source. The computer will process whatever is required as the output by the user. So input, processing and output. So input is the data or the instruction which may or may not be meaningful. Process is the set of instruction on which the computer works, and finally the processed information which is always meaningful is the output. For example, let us take the preparation of a tea. Now let us say that the computer is a dumbo which doesn't understand anything until and unless it gets instruction from the user. So if you ask the computer to prepare a cup of tea, so you will have to give water, tea leaves, milk, sugar to it, and then you have to write some set of instructions also. Even if your mother asks you to prepare tea, you need some set of instruction how to prepare it. So first take water, boil it, add tea leaves, boil, add milk, add sugar, serve hot. So whatever hot tea which is served to you, that is meaningful, that is the output or the information, right? So this is your IPO cycle. And why it is cycle? Again, the output which you get can be fed as the input to another process. So it this kind of a cycle which works, IPO. So here, as I have already said, the difference between data and information. Now what is a system? System is a set of rules, an arrangement of things or a collection of elements or components that work towards a common goal purpose in an organized manner. And the program is of course the set of instructions. Now the terms hardware, software, firmware and liveware. What is a hardware? All the physical parts of a computer system which you can see and touch, which can undergo wear and tear, are known as hardware. What are the examples of hardware? Like keyboard, mouse, speaker, printer, the monitor, all these are hardware which you can see and touch. Peripherals is a part of hardware, all the physical parts which are kept in the surrounding of a computer system. If we say that the CPU, the main CPU is our computer system, so the peripheral devices, they are hardware, and They can be termed as peripherals also, like keyboard, mouse, speaker, printer, which surrounds the computer system. Software, set of programs or instructions which helps in the working of computer and related devices. For example, Python interpreter, browsers, operating systems, games, apps, whatever work you do. When you are typing a letter on MS Word or anything, that is also a software. Even when you are playing a game, that is also a software. Even when you are working on any app or downloading any app on a mobile, that is also a software. Or the browser through which you are seeing this video is also a software. So, software is a set of program or instruction which helps in the working of computer system. Firmware, all the pre-written program which is permanently stored in ROM BIOS, that is a read-only memory, basic input-output services. It is used in configuring the computer system. And finally, the liveware. Now, before liveware, let me tell you firmware, where we can see firmware. When you start your system, again and again, the same set of instructions get executed every time. So, they are the pre-written permanent set of instructions which are stored in the ROM BIOS. Those are firmware. Every time they get executed. They help in the configuration of the computer system. And liveware is the people, the users, the programmers, you and me. We are the liveware. Now we will start with functional parts of a computer system in our next video. Thank you.